There is a secret, my friend, not whispered in boardrooms nor taught in schools, but spoken silently through the soul of every man and woman who ever touched greatness. The habits of a millionaire are not formed by the world. They are revealed by the inner world, the world of imagination, belief, and persistent assumption. You may think wealth belongs only to the few, to those born with connections or luck. But I tell you now from the mountaintop of realization, wealth belongs to the one who assumes the feeling of wealth. It belongs to the one who chooses not to wait, but to become. If you will give me 30 days, not 30 days of struggle, but 30 days of devotion, of inner transformation, I will show you how to think, feel, walk, and act like a millionaire. These are not external habits of labor or hustle. These are internal alignments, powerful shifts in consciousness that rearrange the fabric of your life. Every great transformation begins with a single decision to see yourself differently. This is the root of all millionaire habits. Before the action, before the money, before the influence, there was a moment, a quiet inner moment, when the man or woman of success saw themselves as already successful. That is where your new life begins. You must first accept this truth. Your imagination is God within you. It creates reality not by force, but by natural law. Whatever you accept as true, emotionally and repeatedly, must unfold in your world. The outer world is only a mirror, reflecting your persistent inner assumptions. So the first habit is the habit of assumption. Each morning, before your feet touch the ground, close your eyes and assume the feeling of being a millionaire. Do not say, I will be or I wish I could be. Say with inner conviction, I am. Feel it. Breathe it. Let your body resonate with the wealth that already exists within your imagination. You are not convincing the world. You are convincing your subconscious. It does not reason. It accepts the impressions you plant. And once accepted, it works tirelessly to manifest them into form. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you reprogram your very identity. This is no small change. The world around you will begin to shift to match this new self-concept. People will react differently. Opportunities will arise. Money will come, sometimes in strange and wonderful ways. Why? Because you are not chasing the effect, you are embodying the cause. Now as you move through your day, carry the inner atmosphere of a millionaire. Don't allow outer appearances to disturb your inner state. Walk slowly. Speak calmly. Give thanks silently for the abundance you feel within. This is the second habit, the habit of self-control and inner pause. The man who is wealthy in mind does not react in fear, for he knows who he is. He does not chase or beg, for he understands that all things come to him by divine right. He moves in quiet confidence. This is not arrogance. It is awareness. You must become deeply aware that wealth is a vibration. It is not a number. It is a state of being. And the fastest way to align with that state is through gratitude. Make this your third habit, to be grateful as if you have already received all you desire. Each night before sleep, rehearse in your mind the day as it would be if you were already a millionaire. See the emails you would receive, hear the conversation. Imagine the smile on your face as you look around your beautiful home. Feel the sheets of a luxurious bed, the weight of success in your bones. Drift into sleep in that state. This simple practice, if done consistently, will alter the very trajectory of your life. Now I want to speak of time. Do not measure your transformation by time. Do not say, it's been 5 days and nothing has happened. This is not faith. It is doubt in disguise. The seed does not sprout the moment you plant it, but beneath the soil of your subconscious, miracles are taking root. Instead of watching the clock, watch your thoughts. This is your fourth habit, mental discipline. You must become the guardian of your mind. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every doubt deserves to be entertained. The wealthy man does not dwell in worry. He knows that his mind is the workshop of reality. Every time you catch yourself thinking in lack, immediately revise it. Replace I can't afford that with it is already mine. In unseen ways. Replace I don't know how with it is already done. These revisions may seem small, but they are mighty. Each one is a chisel shaping your new identity. And now we must speak of language. The fifth habit. You must speak as if your words are spells. When you say, I am broke, you curse yourself. When you say, I always attract money, you bless yourself. Even in casual conversation, speak only of what you desire to create. Avoid gossip, complaints, and stories of limitation. Speak wealth into every moment. The universe listens to your vibration, and words are the clothing of your vibration. But this is not about pretending. This is about embodying. There is a difference between saying empty affirmations and declaring truth with conviction. One comes from the surface. The other flows from the soul. You must believe that your desires are divine. This is the sixth habit. Faith in the unseen. Your dream of abundance did not come to you randomly. It is your calling. It is life itself trying to express more of itself through you. So honor that dream. Do not mock it with disbelief. Hold it sacred. Tend to it daily. Speak to it lovingly. Know that what you seek is seeking you, and faster than you can imagine, it will find its way to you if you remain in the state of the wish fulfilled. I will tell you something that will change your life. Nothing is ever withheld from you, but by your belief. Not by fate, not by karma, only by belief. So what happens when you begin to change your beliefs? What happens when you hold to the end in mind? No matter the appearance, the world rearranges. That is the mystery revealed by all mystics. And it is the root of every millionaire story. Behind the success, behind the millions, behind the recognition, was a quiet, persistent decision to believe in a greater reality than the one that the senses confirmed. So for these next 30 days, I ask you not to struggle, but to assume. Do not toil, but transform. Your outer habits will begin to follow your inner changes. You will begin to eat differently, speak differently, move differently, not by force but by resonance. That is the secret most miss. Wealth will become natural. To you, you will no longer chase it. You will no longer feel unworthy of it. You will no longer put it on a pedestal, because you have claimed it within. You see, the habits of millionaires are not formed in gyms or offices alone. They are forged in the stillness of imagination, in the early morning whispers of I am rich, in the quiet moments of refusal to react to fear, in the steadfast faith in the invisible. Yes, there will be actions to take, inspired actions, but they will flow from a different source. You will not act to become wealthy. You will act because you already are. And so the seventh habit is this inspired action. When the idea arises, follow it. When the opportunity presents itself, say yes, but let it be action born from alignment, not anxiety. The aligned man does not rush. He does not scramble. He trusts, and because he trusts, the world brings to him the perfect timing, the perfect people, the perfect possibilities. In 30 days of living this way, of assuming, believing, imagining, speaking and moving as if you already are the version of you that you long to be, you will witness the beginnings of the miraculous. It may come as a financial surprise. It may come as a job offer. It may come as an idea that lights your spirit on fire. But it will come, not by chance, not by luck, but by law. Because what you are, you attract. Do not be distracted by the noise of the world. The economy cannot dictate your reality unless you give it permission. The opinions of others hold no weight unless you assign it. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the cause. You can rewrite the script. Every morning, wake up and declare, I am wealth, I am abundance, I am success. Let these words rise from your belly, not just your lips. Let them fill the room. Let them command your day. Feel it, see it, believe it, not because you hope it's true, but because you know that what you feel in imagination, if persisted in, must be expressed in the outer world. That is the law. This is not fantasy. This is faith. This is the truth Jesus taught when he said, when you pray, believe you have received, and you shall. He did not say to wait and then believe. He said, believe now and you will see. So I ask you now, are you willing to live as if? Are you willing to walk these 30 days with the mind of a millionaire? Not just wishing for change, but becoming the change. The moment you say yes, the process begins. The world will rise to meet your new identity. Circumstances will bend. People will come. Doors will open. Because you have decided to be who you truly are. You are not here to live small. You are not here to survive. You are here to express the fullness of life, of love, of wealth, of purpose. Millionaire habits are not about possessions. They are about perception. They are about power. The power to choose your reality and to live from the end, knowing it is already done. This is your month. This is your moment. The divine is within you, waiting for your permission to act. Will you give it? Then assume the feeling, embody the vision, and do it daily. In 30 days, you will not recognize the person who first began this journey. You will have stepped into a new state of consciousness, a new world. And once you touch this power, you will never go back. Because now you know, it was never the money that made the millionaire. It was the mind. And that mind is yours. Now go assume boldly. Feel deeply. Speak with power. Act with faith, and let the riches of heaven and earth flow to you effortlessly. For it is already done. As you continue in this state, something magical begins to unfold. Not magic in the fantastical sense, but the divine science of consciousness in motion. You'll notice your posture change, your body aligning itself with your inner identity. You'll notice how people speak to you differently, how opportunities that once seemed unreachable now come knocking without force or strain, all because the inner man has shifted. And when the inner man moves, the outer world must follow. You will begin to say no to things that once tempted you to betray your value. You'll stop chasing crumbs when you know you own the bakery. You'll no longer shrink your desires to fit your circumstances. Instead, you'll stretch your circumstances to match your desires. That's what real wealth does. It expands everything it touches, starting with your awareness. You will start to observe with clarity how wealth is never about having more money. It is about being more aware of your infinite source. The man who knows he is the source walks without worry. He does not save from fear. He saves from wisdom. He does not spend from desperation. He spends from vision. His every move is intentional, because it flows from the knowing that all things work together for his good. And let me tell you something even greater. This consciousness of wealth does not just bless you. It blesses your children. It blesses your friends. It lifts the vibration of everyone who comes near you, because light cannot help but cast away darkness. The wealthy mind transforms everything it touches, not by giving more things, but by awakening more truth. When others complain of lack, you will speak of abundance. When they fear the future, you will trust in the unfolding, not from ignorance, but from divine wisdom. And many will not understand at first. Some may mock your confidence, or call it delusion, but you will not be swayed, because you will know deep in your bones that you are creating reality by design. You see, a millionaire is not made in the marketplace. A millionaire is revealed in the mind. So for these 30 days, let every moment be an act of creation. Let every breath carry the scent of prosperity. Let every thought, every word, every feeling be saturated with the knowing that all you desire is already yours. When you rise in the morning, smile not because of what you have, but because of what you are. Smile because wealth is not coming. It is already here, taking form through you. When you speak to others, speak from the position of power, not dominance, but divine certainty. Speak as one who knows the truth and rests in it. When you look in the mirror, look not at the past self or the present self. Look at the future self that you are calling into the now. Greet them, thank them, become them. Remember this always. Every time you feel tempted to doubt, return to the inner chamber. Close the door, shut the eyes, withdraw the senses, and see again, feel again, believe again. This inner retreat is not escapism. It is power in practice. If you will do this for 30 days, truly do it, without wavering, without allowing appearances to distract you, you will not only see changes, you will become changed. And that is the highest wealth of all. Because once you have mastered the inner world, the outer world becomes your servant, not your master. And then you will not just have the habits of a millionaire, you will have the mind of one. And where the mind goes, the world must follow. You'll begin to understand that your reality was never about effort in the way the world defines it. True effort is simply focus, directed and disciplined imagination. The world will call it luck. They'll say, you're lucky to be in the right place at the right time, but only you will know the truth. You placed yourself there through a sustained assumption and unwavering faith in that unseen reality. You won't need to explain yourself. You won't need to convince others. You'll simply continue to embody this state, persistently, quietly, assuredly, until it hardens into fact. That's how all creation works. That's how the richest men and women throughout history have done it. And that's how you are doing it now. You will find that the things you once tried to force now flow to you easily. You'll find that people are drawn to your energy, to your peace, to your clarity. Not because of your words, but because of the spiritual frequency you're emitting. You will have become the magnet, the lighthouse, the living proof of imagined wealth made manifest. And even when challenges appear, and yes, they may, you will not fear them. You will not let them shake you, because you will remember these are echoes of old assumptions. They are not your truth. Your truth is in the new state you have chosen and sustained. So you will bless the challenge and walk right through it, untouched, because the millionaire mindset does not react. It redirects. There will be days perhaps when the old self whispers back, when the voice of doubt tries to reason with you, tries to seduce you back into limitation. And on those days you will smile, not in resistance, but in recognition. And you will simply say, that is no longer who I am. I remember now. I am wealthy, I am powerful. I am the creator of my world. And in that remembrance, the spell of the old story will dissolve. You will not need to see millions in your bank account to know you are wealthy. You will feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the way you move through the world. And because you feel it deeply and consistently, the world will catch up. It must, for the world is always echoing your state of being. Let this truth become your daily rhythm. Let it rise with the sun and rest with the moon. Let your imagination become your most treasured possession, not as fantasy, but as blueprint. And with each passing day, you will see how the blueprint becomes building, how the invisible becomes visible, how the word becomes flesh. You are not waiting on anything outside you. You are waiting only on your own alignment. And now that you know the way, there is nothing left to do but walk in it, live it, breathe it, for 30 days and beyond. Because once this becomes your new normal, you'll never again live like the masses. You'll no longer seek permission to dream. You'll no longer apologize for wanting more. You will walk as a divine being in full possession of your power. And from that place you will do what all true millionaires do. You will give. You will bless. You will expand. Because wealth is not about hoarding. It is about becoming a vessel for life to flow through you and touch others. And when life sees that you are no longer blocking it with fear, it will pour more and more through you. And so it is. The more it flows through you, the more it multiplies, not just in number, but in impact. Because true wealth isn't measured by the size of your house or the brand of your clothing. It is measured by your capacity to radiate abundance, to uplift others by your mere presence, to walk into a room and shift its vibration, not with noise, but with stillness that speaks louder than words. You will begin to notice something else. The desires that once felt distant will now feel natural, inevitable. You will stop hoping and start expecting, not from arrogance, but from alignment. You will no longer look to the outer world for proof. It will become the outer world that looks to you for confirmation of what is possible. With each passing day of this practice, this beingness, the gap between vision and manifestation will shrink. Because time is not your ruler, it is your servant. You bend time through belief, you collapse it through clarity, you dissolve it through conviction. When you think of wealth, you'll no longer imagine struggle. You'll no longer attach it to sacrifice. You'll know it is your natural state, not something to earn, but something to awaken. That awakening is already happening. As you listen now, as you breathe these truths, as you feel them stir in your chest, you are transforming. Moment by moment, thought by thought. This is the quiet revolution of consciousness. No fireworks, no applause, just you, becoming who you've always been. You may feel a pull to create, to start something new, to give life to an idea that once felt too risky. Follow it. The millionaire does not ask if he is ready, he decides that he is. And in that decision, the universe aligns to support him. This is not ambition for the sake of ego, this is the unfolding of your divine nature. You were not born to live in lack. You were not placed on this earth to beg for scraps of possibility. You are here to demonstrate the power of imagination, to prove that what you see within can become what you touch. Without, if you only believe and persist. And so each night before sleep, return to the scene, the one that feels real, the one where you are already the person you've longed to become. Return to it not with effort, but with love. Let it become your lullaby, your final thought before the world of dreams carries it deeper into the subconscious mind. You will wake in a new world, not all at once perhaps, but piece by piece it will reveal itself to you, in conversations, in unexpected gifts, in coincidences too precise to be chance. That is how you'll know your new state is taking hold. And when it does, you will not be surprised. You will smile, quietly, as if to say, of course. I assumed it. I felt it. I became it. And now it is. This smile, this quiet recognition, is worth more than all the riches you once thought you needed. Because now you possess the true treasure, the knowing that you are the operant power, that you can think from the end, dwell in the feeling, and command the unseen to take shape according to your design. You won't boast about it. You won't need to. The fruits will speak louder than words, and those around you, those still bound by their senses, will begin to ask, how did you do it? And your answer will not be a list of strategies or business plans, but a truth so simple it might offend their logic. I imagined it. I assumed it. I lived in the end, and it had no choice but to become real. Some will dismiss it. Others will lean in, and to those who truly listen, you will become a bridge, not to money alone, but to meaning, to mastery over the self, to dominion over fear, to freedom from external control. This is the legacy of the true millionaire, not just to possess, but to awaken others. When you awaken others, your abundance deepens, not just materially, but spiritually. You become wealthy in presence, in peace, in purpose. You become the embodiment of divine wealth, a channel through which God gives form to imagination, and you'll no longer ask, can I really become rich? That question will fade like a shadow in the light, because now the better question will arise, how far can I expand this gift? How boldly can I give? How freely can I love? How effortlessly can I live now that I no longer believe in limits? You will become generous, not for reward, but because your nature has changed. Giving will feel as natural as breathing. You won't count the cost, because you will know the source. You'll understand that you cannot outgive the universe. What flows out in faith must return in overflow. Through this overflow, new dreams will be born, dreams beyond your old self. Dreams that serve not just your life, but the lives of many. And you will be ready, not because you learned more, but because you became more. And day by day, without even realizing it, you will notice that your habits are no longer effortful. You are no longer trying to live like a millionaire. You simply are. It has become your natural state, a place of stillness, certainty, and creation. You'll realize then with reverence that this journey wasn't about acquiring wealth at all. It was about remembering who you are. In that remembering, all striving ceases. The chase ends, because there is nothing left to chase. All that you once sought was already within you, waiting not for effort, but for acknowledgement. Waiting for you to stop asking and start assuming. Waiting for you to stop hoping and start knowing. You'll walk into situations that would have once intimidated you, and you'll feel no fear, because you'll no longer be looking for validation. You've already validated yourself. You've already approved your destiny. And now everything outside is simply reflecting what you dared to claim inside. Old habits fall away, not because you forced them to, but because they no longer fit who you are. You no longer resonate with doubt, lack, or desperation. You've traded them in for expectancy, trust, and presence. Your very essence begins to shift the atmosphere. You become someone others can feel before you speak. Someone whose silence carries more weight than most people's noise. You will begin to feel a divine rhythm guiding you. You will no longer struggle to make decisions. You will no longer feel torn between fear and faith. You will be rooted, centered, anchored in your inner knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly, simply because you assume that it is. Even when delays appear, you will not flinch. You will know that delay is never denial. It is merely divine timing, aligning all parts into perfect sequence. And while others doubt, while others panic, you will remain still, like a mountain, unmoved, because you are no longer looking to the world to decide who you are. You have already decided, and that decision is final. That's the true essence of millionaire consciousness. It's not noise, it's quiet power. It doesn't announce itself, it simply is. It doesn't explain, it demonstrates. It doesn't hustle, it magnetizes. So your life becomes a quiet unfolding of miracles. Not rare, not occasional, but natural as the sun rising, as effortless as breath, because you have chosen to live from the truth that you are not separate from wealth, you are wealth in form. As this becomes your living truth, something even deeper awakens. You realize that the wealth was never about the money. It was about freedom, about expansion, about becoming the full expression of the divine idea called you. Now that you are becoming it, you will never settle for smallness again. You will look back one day, perhaps sooner than you think, and smile at the version of yourself who once questioned, who once doubted, who once hesitated to believe. Not with judgment, but with deep compassion, because you'll know now that even those moments of doubt were sacred. Even those nights of uncertainty were part of the unveiling, part of the soft breaking open that allowed the light of awareness to pour in. Every second you chose faith over fear, every time you returned to the end in imagination, every time you silenced the noise of the world to listen to the whisper of truth within you, you were laying the foundation of this new life. And now you walk on solid ground. The shaky steps have become a sovereign stride. You no longer ask, what if? You now say, this is. So your words begin to carry weight, not from volume but from authority, the kind that comes only when one has created from within and watched the outer world bow to the inner decree. You won't need to preach. You'll simply live. And in your living, others will feel the presence of something real, something powerful, something they forgot was even possible. You will no longer be reactive. Life will no longer feel random. You will understand it all as a mirror, as a perfect reflection of the image you hold within. If something appears that is not in harmony with your desire, you'll revise it, not in the outer world but in the silence of your mind. And then you'll rest, knowing the revision has already been received by the subconscious and must outpicture in time. You'll love the silence, not because it is quiet, but because it is creative. In silence you build worlds. In silence you plant seeds. In silence you connect with the only voice that matters, the voice of I am. And each morning when you rise, it will not be to start over or try again. It will be to continue, effortlessly in your state. There will be no need for resistance, for affirmation marathons, or for forcing change. Your new habits will not feel like tasks, they will feel like you, because now they are. They have merged with your identity. They are expressions of your true self, the one who always knew abundance was the natural order. And so, I leave you with this. You do not need more time, more evidence, or more permission to become who you truly are. You are the source. You are the beginning and the end. The power to shape your world, to live in wealth, to walk in complete freedom. It is already within you, waiting for your assumption, your decision, your yes. If you will live even for 1 month, as though your wealth is already real, as though your success is already complete, you will awaken a force within you that no obstacle can withstand. You will rise, not as someone becoming wealthy, but as someone who finally remembers they already are. Do not wait. Do not waver. The world you desire is waiting for you to align with it. Think from the end. Feel from the end. Speak from the end. Act from the end. Because once you do, life will begin to organize itself around your inner conviction. The outer world must obey the inner state. You are the operant power. And now that you know, live like it. It is done.